Hello, and welcome to this collective and timeless reading. This is East Star Tarot, and today we're going to be, wow, that was fast. We're going to be doing another timeless and collective reading to see what messages our ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels want to bring to us. And we already have a card here that's been brought out, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, all right. Look at that sweet little bunny in the garden. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was reversed or not, but I think it's all right. Yeah, working in the garden. Although now it's getting a little colder, so it's a little hard to work in the garden. This is more symbolic of working at your craft. And look, we have Nine of Pentacles as well. So you're really enjoying being in your work right now. Being in the material realm. You're doing things to make stuff happen in your life that's really helping you out. And it's just giving you a lot of satisfaction and confidence as well. Like, look at you here. You've got... You're looking pretty in the garden with your guides there helping you. So, yeah, I think you've just really decided to commit to working hard at what you're doing. We got the Magician here as well. So, yeah, you're really trying hard to manifest and work with your guides and work on your ability to make your life the way that you envision it, the way you want it to be. Oh my gosh, the cards just keep coming out so fast. They usually don't fall out like this. The Three of Swords as well. Yeah, so you're working hard on not just doing like hustling and getting things done, you're also working hard on yourself. You're overcoming wounds that have been plaguing you and blocking you for so long that it's making everything happen a lot faster because you're addressing it. Or maybe you've already worked on it in a way that, yeah, like you've overcome this in like a whole nother stage. You're facing your shadow. Working hard on yourself and working hard on not turning away from the things you don't like about yourself. You're turning towards them and looking at them and witnessing them and giving them space to be known and loved. Because often it's pushing it down and hiding it away that makes it so much harder. That makes it something you feel is controlling you in your life. And look, you've got Page of Wands here. So this is unlocking your creative ability. And it might even just be that you get a new creative idea from this. You might even be learning how to channel that energy into your passion, into your creations. Because what do they often say? Artists often have to suffer. Or they don't have to suffer, but they often create from their suffering, right? Or their ideas come from some of the worst things they've gone through in their lives. So I think you're kind of learning to, instead of letting that pain control you and lead you to more suffering, you're learning to transmute it, to transcend it, and turn it into your power, not your weakness. Yeah, this is all very, very inspiring. Yeah, you're doing really good. You're really channeling your magician abilities, your ability to manifest and make your life what you want it to be. You have all the power. Like you don't have to sit back and say, well, this is my life. I guess I am just born to suffer. No, it's not going to be like that at all. You can decide, you can control what happens in your life. I mean, to an extent, we all have to go through certain trials, but at the same time, we can choose how we respond, right? Oh, okay. It's funny, my cards didn't want to go back in the box and they were trying to get my attention and be like, there's one more card. We're not done yet. One more card. Okay, so we'll make room here. It's funny. They were trying to slide out. Trying to escape. Yeah, maybe you're learning how to escape your box as well. Like, you're not going to let people put you in a box. You decided to make your own destiny. This one? Okay. Yeah, King of Wands. All right. You're channeling that King of Wands energy. You're really making it happen for you. You're going from the page to the king very quickly, actually. It's not going to be a situation where you have to be, like, you might feel like a student at first because you're doing something new that you've never done before, but you're going to quickly climb the ladder up from being the page to the king because you are qualified, because you have great ability already. It was already within you. You just had to unblock yourself. You were the only person getting in the way, and that's not to say like it's all your fault. It's all your fault. No, nothing like that. It was I don't even know what that was from. It's like a quote from something, but anyway, it's not important. It's just that, you know, you were trying so hard that it was actually getting in your way. Like, you were trying hard to be a certain kind of person, and it wasn't who you were. But now that you are investing in the correct things, the things that matter to you, that are important to you, you're so much happier here. And you're really flourishing and thriving, and it's giving you so much more ability to manifest. And you're overcoming your wounds even faster because you have so much more awareness, so much more heightened spiritual ability that it's more obvious to you what things are blocking you, what things are enhancing you. And the Page of Wands here, like, all this is going to lead up to you being able to express yourself in a way that's so powerful. It's going to help not just you, but others as well. Your expression is going to be a guidepost for other people. It's going to guide them to also expressing themselves, but also to their own healing as well. Yeah, because you can be the King of Wands. You always were the King of Wands. You just had to let yourself flourish and grow. Like, look, there's a little leaf in that stem there. And here it's almost like a tree. It's so thick and stable. You're going to go really fast. It might even take you by surprise. And I want to draw attention to our crystals today. I mean, I think I've had this one before, but it's I want to say it's aragonite, but it's a crystal that is useful for softening emotions. You know, because sometimes our emotions can be a bit harsh, or they can be a bit detrimental to us. So it helps us to, like, we can have a lot of anger and sadness, and it turns inward. So this stone can be useful for softening those emotions towards ourselves, giving ourselves a lot more tenderness. And we have our little bird totem here as well. So it's like you're going to take flight now that your emotions have been a little more understood, a little more managed in a way that isn't going to inhibit you anymore. Now, we're going to get some butterfly cards here to see what kind of changes are coming in for you as well. Body changes. Yeah. So this is a spiritual change for you as well as physical. Like, every aspect of you is changing. You might find that you look different even. Like, your face might seem happier. Like, it's going to be like a light, a glow in your face that's going to be very obvious to others. Like, people are going to wonder what you did because they're going to be so surprised at how different you seem. But it's because there's this light coming from within you. And it's because you're doing the things you love. You're putting your energy where it matters to you. And you're not letting yourself get sucked into things that are harmful to you. Family changes. Okay. And I want to see what this other card says. Dietary change. Okay. So there's a lot about body and diet change, but then also you got the family in there as well. So I wonder if this wounding has something to do with your family. It might even have to do around food as well, which is a little bit uncomfortable. But, you know, I think possibly you were around people that were not influencing you in the best way. Like maybe, I don't know, they weren't like force feeding you bad food, but they were kind of influencing you to eat foods that weren't good for you. Like maybe even like allergic, like inflammatory for you or something like that. Like it was giving you a bad response. I don't want to say they were putting bad stuff in your food, but oh boy. They're saying that they were. My guys, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if I want to say these things. It's sort of like I don't know if they were like getting you to offering you food that wasn't good for you and they kind of knew it. They might not have known. They might just have been kind of like you know, sometimes people just want you to eat like them or they want you to do what they do. Sometimes people even want you to eat just because they're eating. Does that make sense? It's weird. But I think because of your changes and your decision to go your own way and to make yourself healthy and to prioritize that, it's actually going to influence your family in a positive way. Like they're gonna self-reflect a bit more about it and be like, maybe what I'm eating isn't good. You know, like maybe because you're like maybe you have parents that eat certain foods and you've decided to eliminate certain like I'm just going to use gluten as the example. I'm not saying gluten's bad, but let's just use gluten as the example. Like maybe you've decided to go gluten free because you realized it really makes you sick, and it's going to influence like a parent to be like, I wonder if I also have gluten sensitivity, and it turns out they do. So because often those things run in families, eh? So I wonder if something like that's going to happen here, or dairy, or it could be any random thing, but it's going to be something where they are influenced in a positive way because of your decisions. Even just you role modeling it. Maybe even just seeing that you're doing something healthy for yourself. They're kind of like, huh, maybe I should take care of myself. Or if she's doing it, maybe I should too. Or you know, I don't know, but it's going to be a positive influence. And I don't want to say that they were doing things deliberately to harm you. I just think, you know, sometimes people don't realize what they're doing. So, you know, or like pop. Pop's a bad one that I'm always like, ugh. I know people like pop, but I just feel like there's something about it. Or some people call it soda. Um, I don't know. There's always been something off about that stuff. And maybe you're going to influence someone to stop drinking soda. I don't know. But yeah, something like that. It doesn't have to be super specific, but those may be specific channelings for certain people. But yeah, it's going to be something like that where you have a good positive impact on them, or just, you know, and maybe it won't be obvious that you're doing it. Maybe it'll just be a subtle thing where they kind of start changing their habits a bit. Because often we influence people by role modeling, right? Like rather than telling people what to do, when they see us doing something and being good at it or successful at it, they're kind of like, maybe I'll try that too. Just how people are, right? Let's see, I want to get some archetypes here. Okay, actually, before that, I want to take a seed and sickle card. Don't want to have them all upside down. There we go. Sometimes you put them away wrong. Well, I guess it's not technically wrong. It's all in divine order here. Let's just see here. Okay, that was it. Bramble. Yeah, 44. Protection from the angels. They're wrapping you in a protective layer here, this protective thread. But I'm also thinking of like a bloodline here for some reason. Yeah, you're like the flowers in this picture. You're blooming despite, I think there's been some generational trauma here going on that's part of this. And you're healing that line of pain by healing yourself, and others. You're healing your family in this life, but also in previous lives as well. Foxglove. Foxglove, that's the one where there's this guy. He, I think what happens is he runs into bandits, and then he refuses to give in to them or to surrender to them or something like that, and then he gets his head chopped off. And he's so stubborn that he just picks his head up and goes home. And then he dies there. But where he drops the blood, I think, from his head is foxglove grows up. But I think there's something here about, you know, you're so tenacious and stubborn, like that guy with his head, that you can do anything. And I think it's sort of like that situation where you're so determined to do this, to help yourself and to not follow that line of, you know, what's always been in your family. Like maybe there's been just generations of people that have, I don't know, had diabetes or had a certain illness maybe that's run in your family, or could even be like mental illness as well. You're just determined to break that chain. You're like, I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm going to take charge of my life and figure out how I can heal myself, no matter what it takes. And you're like that guy. And there's this pyramid, and I'm really being drawn to the pyramids. So it's almost like you have like guides from Egypt or something that are helping you. Or even like a past life in Egypt. Maybe both. But yeah, there's definitely something there where you have a lot of power. You have a lot of inner power and influence. You have a lot of influence on your family, more than you realize. Like they might not acknowledge it. Like maybe they're very dismissive of you, but actually they watch you a lot, in the sense of when you do things, they notice. When you decide something, they really take note, and they watch you in a way that maybe they don't acknowledge what you're doing, which is annoying, but I think that it does influence them in a powerful way. So be aware of that. Try not to let it bother you if it bothers you, but I think it's, you know, it's a good thing, because you're healing souls on earth by healing yourself. So that's good karma. Very good karma. Now we do archetypes. Oh, the river. Interesting. I'm thinking immediately of the river Styx. Or like the river of... Is it the river of forgetfulness? Well, no, it's a veil of forgetfulness, which is what we're supposed to go through when we reincarnate. Or we go to the other side. It's like everything gets washed away and we get reset, essentially. But there's still some leftover, some residue. And the river Styx is from Greek mythology, where I think you have to have a coin to go on for the boatman to take your soul across to the other side. So there's something here about the other side and the river. There's a shadow here as well. It's like you have influence and communication with that other side. Like you can cross the river, or you have communication with the other side of the river. And that's what's giving you an edge. That's what's giving you the ability to do the things you're doing, because you can tap into that. You know the answers for what's, you know, important for you and what's good for your health, because you can tap into that energy. Like your ancestors are helping you. Your guides are helping you. And it's happening because you're allowing the communication. You're the magician. You have that ability. The prayer, yeah. Maybe you're praying and that's what's helping. Prayer is pretty powerful. And prayer can heal, right? You know, you can pray over a wound and it can help it heal. I know some people might not believe that, but you know, it's true. And our prayers get answered. They get heard and they get answered. Sometimes it's not always in the way that we expect or that we want them to be answered, but, you know, it's not like a request system. It's more like, it's sort of strange. Prayers are sort of like affirmations to ourselves of what we want to happen. And sometimes it can't happen because certain things have to happen in our timeline, or sometimes it's like we're not asking for the right thing because we're not aligned with what we actually need. But to be honest, I think you're getting so in tune with yourself that your prayers are also getting aligned as well, in a way that your prayers are aligned so that they're not like from up the wrong place. They're from a good place in your heart. It's like you're asking for the right things. You're knowing how to ask. But maybe it also was even just that you didn't have the belief, like you didn't feel like you could ask because you thought it wouldn't be answered. Maybe you were scared it wouldn't be answered, so you didn't ask. But if you pray and you ask, you know, a lot of times our prayers do come true. They do. Especially when we pray to angels and our ancestors and our spirit guides. They want to help us. They just are not allowed to interfere without our permission, right? So we have to pray and say what we want. And be very specific about who you address, because you can't just ask random spirits, you know, it's not the way you want to do things, because there's lots of things out there. It's like if you went on the internet, you wouldn't trust just any stranger on the internet. You would trust your friends and family communicating through there, right? Sort of like that. So be mindful of that if you pray, but it does work. It helps. And if nothing else, it just affirms your goals and desires, and, you know, your brain needs to hear that. If you wanted to take the non-esoteric route, I guess, you know, affirmations work. I think they work in a neuroscience way they work. So if that helps you accept it, you know, think of it that way. But I really do believe that angels and our guides are real. They're there with us all the time. We don't see her. Well, some of us can hear, but you know, I think a lot more of us could hear if we just listened, you know. Yeah. I want to look at the river for a minute, just because I'm not sure if there's something there I need to receive as a message. They're talking about rebirth, rituals of rebirth with the river. So there's an association with like forgiveness as well. And washing away things, smoothing over the sharp edges, which with this stone here, we're softening, right? We're smoothing over. So that really makes sense, doesn't it? Maybe there's a lot of hurt emotions that are tied together with this issue. Like a bit of maybe anger towards family, or resentment even. But I think you're learning to let it go, let it wash away, because it doesn't serve you anymore to hold on to that emotion. Yeah, because everyone makes mistakes and everyone is without grace at times. So we have to learn to accept that part of life, right? Yeah, and when we get washed in the river, you know, all our impurities come off, and we're so much lighter and freer and cleaner. So, you know, let your true self shine through by cleansing it of these, you know, things you've resented maybe in the past. And lift up your prayers to heaven. They'll be received. But be careful about what you eat. And what you receive for communication as well. You got to be discerning. But if you ask for protection and guidance, you know, it'll be given to you. You can receive it. Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised this is a bit of a short reading, but I think that's it. So we're going to leave it there. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you like, you can leave a comment to share how this resonated, or leave a like and subscribe as well. I also have put a donation link as well. So if you want to donate to the channel, you can do that as well. It's not expected though. So that's just there if you would like to support. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everyone.